Hey guys. As you can see in my title says how God retired me at the age of 41, y'all. Come on, let's clock this tea, guys. Let's clock this tea. So, first of all, my name is Latrice. My name is Latrice Jones. I am a travel business owner. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a wife of 21 years. I have two adult kids now. One is 30, and my son, he's 20. So they're 10 years apart, done on purpose, guys. Done on purpose. Let me tell you. So I said, when I had my first child, y'all, if anybody can resonate, I was only 19 years old. Me and my baby daddy, we was together for maybe 7 years. He was my high school sweetheart. So we was together from the time I was 14 up to the time I turned 21, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years, y'all. So, yeah. And I said that I wasn't going to have any more children until I got married. And then a couple of years later, a few years later, I ended up meeting my husband and we ended up having my son. So, I want to tell you guys why I decided, well, how God retired me at the age of 41. And this was 8 years ago. So don't be judging me because of my age. Y'all see the grays over here. Y'all see the grays. So, I always had an entrepreneur spirit, guys. I always wanted to work for myself. I have done several things that have failed. So let me tell y'all something. Just because you have failed in your previous businesses, dust yourself off, pick yourself up and try again, because you never know when that turnaround is going to come, when God is going to bless you with that business to retire you at the early age of 41, 31, 21. So never give up. Never give up on God, and never give up on yourself. Okay. So, with that being said, I used to own the biggest business I had was a Curves franchise. So I used to work in a warehouse. I worked in a warehouse for 9 years. So out from ages of 21, no, yeah, 20 to, I started working there when I was 20 because my baby was one. So from 20 all the way up to like 29, something like that, I worked in a warehouse. So I had got the epiphany, which I know it was nobody but God, nobody but the Holy Spirit that actually put in my mind that it was just so much more out here in this world other than this warehouse. Like I was really missing out. That's what came in my head, in my heart, in my spirit, in my soul. Like I got to get up out of here. And so after that, I started searching for businesses to do. I So one of the businesses I came across was this Curves franchise. So ladies, I don't know if y'all remember the Curves franchise. That's strictly for ladies. It's a fitness center. It's a brick and mortar. And I ended up, I don't know how I found it. I forgot. Honestly, I forgot how I found it. I don't know what was I online? Was I on Craigslist? I forgot how I found about this business, y'all. But I found it. God brought it to me. And to get this business started, it was on $1,000 to get it started. It was $1,000 to get it started. So I jumped on it because the lady who was selling it, I guess she couldn't do it anymore. She was an older lady, and she had to get it away from up on her belt because it was a franchise. So if you know anything about a franchise you got to pay the royalty fees, the franchise fees. You got employees, you got a whole bunch of fees that come with it that I didn't care about because I just wanted out of corporate America. Okay. This is not even when I retire, but y'all stay with me. Stick with me, okay? So after I acquired this business, I quit my job. I was making $18.01 per hour. I remember it. And y'all, I thank God for that job. I had that job for 9 years, all of my 20s. My sister said all my 20s. I bought my first home at the age of 24. My daughter, she was only 4 years old. So, that job that I had, it helped me a lot. I bought my first home, bought my first car with this job. I was a single mom. I was doing the dang thing, y'all. I was doing what God was providing. I didn't know. I knew at the time, but I didn't know at the time. Like, I didn't give him the credit that he deserved. God was providing for me. Okay, so I quit my job and I took over this lady business. This business was located in Alabama. I'm in Alabama. I know y'all hear the country accents. I'm in Alabama. I took over her business. I quit my job. I didn't even put in a 2 weeks notice. I just knew that I was not coming back to that job. And I ended up taking over this Curry's franchise. She already had the members. I went to a training in Texas. Me and my husband, just after me and my husband had got married. And this was actually in 2009. 2009, I had to make sure. And the training was a week long. It was amazing. It was I already say it was in Texas. And so after the training, got back, I took over the franchise. And, I liked it. It was good. It was cool. But a year and a half later, I ended up closing that business down. So there's a whole nother testimony by itself. But as the years went by, God ended up providing me with my travel business, guys. Right back. And so with my travel business, I actually started this business August the 27th, 2017. The year's just flying by, y'all. August 27th, 2017. Okay. I was an assistant property manager at a property. I was an assistant manager actually in that industry, in the apartment industry, for 6 years. And so I didn't have the money to start my travel business. I did not have the money. I was making good money, but my money was tied up. It was tied up in bills, tied up in other stuff that I had going on. So I didn't have the money. So the way I ended up getting my travel business started is that we end up having a contest about who can lease the most apartments, and whoever leased the most apartments was going to win a $200 gift card. My business was only $200, y'all. So me at the time, being the hustler that I was, still is, but I end up leasing the most apartments, guys. I leased 19 apartments, and the other girl leased it 18. So I won. I got my $200 gift card, and I started my business. So while I had my travel business, I was still working my full-time job. That's what I love about this business. Like, you can work it on a part-time basis no matter what you're doing. And I'm so glad that God brought this opportunity to me, guys, because he knew what was going to happen next. So the apartment that I was working in, they end up selling. If anybody that's inside of the apartment industry know, they sell all the time. They're always selling. They're always going to have new names, etc. So my apartment complex ended up selling. And they was going to bring in their own staff. So instead of them allowing me to go to another complex to work doing the same position, the same duties with the same company, they told me that I was not qualified to do the same job that I was doing for 6 years. So, like I said, I started my travel business August of 2017. That job ended up letting me go. They sold. They wouldn't let me transfer to another property. March 16th of 2018. March 16th, 2018. So that's when I have not worked for anybody since. I know it was nobody but God that retired me from that job, that retired me from corporate America, guys. I have not worked for anybody since that job let me go 8 years ago, back in 2018, y'all, March 16, 2018. So I was just working my business. My husband, he was like, don't you worry about that. Work your business. I was working on a part-time basis. Anyway, I was doing it anyway, but I ended up going full-time once that job ended up letting me go. So y'all, the moral of the story is, if you have opportunities that's been presented to you, especially you see them multiple times, like, don't sleep on them. That could be God giving you the opportunity to start your business and to, because he knows what's coming up over the horizon. He knows what's next for you and what's coming up. God knew that y'all was gonna let me go. And then on top of that, y'all, I'm finna skip a little forward a couple of years. The pandemic happened in 2020. So I get residual income. So by me starting that business back in 2018, back in 2017, I got let go in 2018. By me working my business, I had residual income coming in when my husband ended up getting laid off. I probably would have got laid off too. I'm sure I would have got laid off too. But we still had income coming in when 2020 hit residually. Residual income is something that you do one time, get paid for it over and over and over again. So I know it was nobody but God that blessed me with this business. And that's how he retired me at the age of 41, guys. That's how he retired me at the age of 41 with my travel business. I have been to so many places that I knew I would not have been because of this business, y'all. I have gained a new family, a whole new entire family, y'all. That's a whole nother testimony by itself. I have plenty of them. But yes, I'm blessed, highly favored, grateful for this amazing opportunity that God sent to me back in 2017, because now in 2025, I am still retired, meaning that, do y'all know that retirement is not about your age, it's about your income. So I am retired from slavery, clocking in for somebody else, them telling you how to do it, when to do it, how to do it, where to do it, when you can and can't go. Got to put your PTO time in. They're going to tell you yay or nay. That's slavery to me. So I didn't want that anymore. But God has set me free from that. So yeah, that's my testimony. That's part of my testimony. So I will come on here with more. And thank you guys for watching. I'm new to this YouTube thing and the different videos. So y'all work with me. Like, subscribe, share. Even comment if God has blessed you so that you can leave your job early and, from retirement. And tell me your different experiences. And I also want to come on here and talk about how hard it was to transfer my mindset from the corporate American world to entrepreneurship, because you got to be disciplined. I'm trying to tell you. But y'all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.